We're off to a new day. Yay! Snowflake on my lens. Oh well. We'll figure it out. I think it's snowman snow. So far, these shoes are a 1 star because my foot is wet. Buildings though. Unlike Warsaw, Krakow for a little bit of time was part of Germany. So you can see a little bit of a difference in the architecture that's around here. The other thing to note about this is that because Krakow was part of Germany in the early 1900s, it became the center for German something, command and control, I guess, during World War II, which is why the city wasn't flattened like Warsaw was. So a lot of the buildings that we see around here haven't been damaged and are in their original, with restoration states. (1972) was a pretty significant year for Krakow. See, it earned its UNESCO World Heritage status and was one of the first cities to be granted that. On top of it, there was a dude who used to work here. Now we know him as Pope John Paul II. He was also elected to be the new Pope for the Catholic religion. So, we see his church in front of us. Inside, it's been ornately decorated, and maybe we can go inside. And then here, we see a statue. Also notably, Krakow is more set up for tourists than a lot of the other cities we've been to. You can tell this, obviously, by a Hard Rock Cafe being in the middle of the old town. Usually these either don't exist or they're just somewhere else in the newer part of the city. found a snowman! Hi, little guy. Great place to be hanging out, I'd say. Jesus is in a cage. This Jesus is in a cage too. So, why is Jesus in a cage? Well, there are a couple of reasons that you should know why they put Jesus in a cage. One is to keep out the birds, because locations like this are ideal for birds both to nest and also to poop. The other reason is to keep out vandalization. Vandalization? English is hard, guys. Vandalizing. And the other reason, obviously, is to preserve the statues as long as possible. So that's why Jesus is in a cage. Traditional sign above the doorway. Traditional Polish cuisine. Found graffiti, you guys. Yay. So in Krakow, we still see a bunch of the brick here that we really didn't see a lot in Warsaw. And the reason for that is that whenever the Polish were rebuilding Warsaw, brick was taking too long to lay. So instead of laying brick, they just went for flat pavement, which was a little bit quicker. Now we are going to this establishment. There's another giant statue. It's pretty cool. Another really cool church. One thing I noticed quite a lot about Krakow compared to Warsaw is it looks a lot like Czechia. Winter sleigh! Santa must be giving someone a present. I don't see him anywhere. Oh hey, we ran into Spain. Hola! Maybe a puerta's abierto. Probably not. And we'll go find an abierto puerto later. Maybe. So here I am, just walking down the street. I just got water on my face. Walking down the streets of a very snowy Krakow. And look what's behind me. What? Okay, UNESCO, you did a solid by giving this town its first status. What? I've been to a lot of cities in Europe, and this one definitely is showing off quite a bit. Check that out. Maybe Pope John Paul got elected because he came from such cool architecture and he could help the Vatican. Yeah, that's why. So in front of us, we see a castle. What? I don't know much about this castle, so please don't take anything I'm going to say about the castle as fact. But I'm going to make it up as we go along and tell a story about this castle that may or may not be true. You see on these sides, there's tiny little slits so people could see outside and shoot arrows if they so so desired. So you should ask, how do I get such amazing shots without other tourists in them? Well, I clearly go visit cities in the off-tourist season time. I don't want people photobombing my stuff. Get out of my way. Move, bitch. Get out of my way. Out of my way. Today, the castle is closed because even castles need a day off. But let's go try to find a puerta that's abierto. Abierto puerta. No, puerta's not abierto. But take a look at this. Nice pavilion. Wow, this is cool. Wow. This is the tallest castle like this that I've ever seen. That's so cool. Check out those pictures up top. Mr. Carroll is kind of a big deal here. There's a bunch of statues. This used to be his house before he rebranded himself as Mr. Pope John Paul II. And now we're just enjoying some very quiet streets